This is a sewing machine invented in France over 100 years ago. With just a single needle rapidly moving up and down, it leaves a long trail of stitches behind it. But how exactly does it work? In early hand sewing, the needle had to pass through the fabric from one side and then be pulled out from the other side, a process that was quite tedious. To speed up sewing, in 1755, a German inventor named Charles created a special needle with points on both ends. Once the eye of the needle passed through the fabric, there was no need to flip the needle repeatedly. But this introduced a new problem. When the end with the eye was pulled out, the thread would come out with it. This issue was easily solved by leaving a loop of thread after the needle passed through the fabric. As the needle moved down again, it would pass through the loop left behind, creating a chain of stitches. This technique became known as chain stitching to adapt this for machines. Many inventors worked tirelessly. In 1790, Thomas Saint drew detailed patent designs for a sewing machine. Then in 1814, Mattersberger spent 10 years building a straight stitch machine, but its complexity prevented it from being commercialized. Finally, in 1830, French inventor Thimonnier designed the first large-scale chain-stitch sewing machine and established a garment factory. However, French tailors, fearing job loss, destroyed the factory. Despite this setback, the march toward industrialization continued. By 1857, two inventors, James and Charles, designed two different small-scale chain-stitch machines. To ensure proper knotting beneath the fabric, Charles added a hook beneath the machine. As the needle penetrated the fabric, it carried the thread down. When the needle rose, the thread between the needle eye and the fabric shortened, forming a small loop. At that moment, the hook caught the loop and pulled it into a coil. As the needle descended, the hook moved back, allowing the needle to pass through the coil. When the needle rose again, the loop would bend once more, creating a continuous chain. James's design was similar, but used a rotating hook. As the needle descended, the hook rotated to catch the loop, and after half a rotation, the loop was released. However, this method had a flaw. If one stitch loosened, the entire chain could unravel. To solve this, designers added a second thread, connected to a bobbin beneath the fabric. As the needle passed through the fabric, the bobbin thread intertwined with the needle thread, creating a lockstitch that prevented unraveling. However, manually moving the fabric was inefficient and led to uneven stitches. To automate fabric movement, designers added a presser foot to hold the fabric and a feed dog beneath it. As the needle retracted, the feed dog moved the fabric forward, ensuring consistent stitch spacing. This ingenious design is still used in modern sewing machines today. It's a testament to the boundless ingenuity of humanity.